like a wish list. You fighting a titan. Yeah. I got a bullet in the chamber just ready to strike him.
If I told him once, I told him enough. I'm out for heads, there's no discussion, not a game nor a bluff. Yo, I would go insane just to make a point and leave him stuck. And the point of the matter is that all these niggas is butt. Do the water backsplash, funky mouth ass niggas that still talking shit. Back cause I ain't hung up my mic and called it quits while they slept. I was up through the night, plotting to get rich. No black forces, not hitting no licks. What? Cause niggas fold like steel chairs. Amped up that drip in they neck, got them yelling like Ric Flair. Please beware this mighty boot to the chest, leave him gasping for air. No Vader, but I'm here to bomb shit like Big Van Vader, but black. Fuck around and put motherfuckers' heads in the bag like I was slack. Cause these stupid motherfuckers really don't get the message. This the best little wrestling podcast in Texas. Motherfuckers,
check them off like a wish list.
Yeah.
You fighting a titan.
Cause these stupid motherfuckers really don't get the message.
I got a bullet in the chamber just ready to strike him.
Yeah.
Check them off like a wish list. You fighting a titan.
This the best little wrestling podcast in Texas.
I got a bullet in the chamber just ready to strike him.
Yeah.
You fight.
Welcome to the best little wrestling podcast in Texas, and this is our week's weekly roundup, where we're going to talk about all things wrestling that happened all week long. And with me today is Brady, the real fat man, and Sir Jericho, Robert.
What's up? How's it going, man?
Oh, you know, it's going.
So this week on Raw?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Let's move on.
All right.
Horrible. Yeah.
Move on.
NXT.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we had a pretty good episode of NXT this week, didn't we? Didn't we, Robert?
Oh, yeah. Led in with Phantasma versus Hit Row. It's a nice little tag team match there.
Hit Row's so hot right now.
Very hot.
I'm really digging. Yeah, well, I mean,
North American title, sorry.
yeah, Isaiah Swerve Scott, right? It's got the North American title.
Yes.
He's really good, and they criminally misbooked him for a long time.
Yes, they did.
I'm really glad that they gave him, and I really hate to say this, but I'm really glad they gave him a faction. Like that really helped a lot with his whole character, make him seem more of a serious threat, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
well, they won by DQ. The match was pretty good, back and forth and everything. But then,
well,
Phantasma,
are they playing? They're playing Hit Row as baby faces now, right?
sorta. They're kind of in between. I want to say when they're going up against them, yes, that they are face.
Well, because when they first started, they were definitely heels,
Oh, absolutely.
and that took a turn pretty
Yeah.
pretty quick. So
I think they've got I think they're kind of pushing them towards face just because all the heat they got. So good for them.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be good for them. You know.
Yeah.
So what
But
else?
what happened?
Well, after that, they moved on with Rich Holland made his in-ring kind of re-debut. And,
Oh yeah, he squashed that guy, right?
Yeah. Euro, Japanese kid. He was in the breakout tournament. Wrestles with a jacket on. Yeah. I don't know why.
He looks like one of those umbrellas they put in fruity drinks.
A little bit.
That's pretty much all I could think about when I was watching him fly through the air when Rich Holland was throwing him.
Of course, after the match, Pete Dunne kind of had to cut a promo about, he is the baddest man in NXT, so somebody prove him wrong.
So do you think they're gearing up for Pete Dunne and the eventual Samoa Joe?
Possibly, yeah.
What do you think that'll be like?
Brutal.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
gonna
think I think it'll be real stiff. I mean, I'm just curious. It's they have such vastly different styles. I'm a huge fan of Pete Dunne's style.
Yeah.
I mean, Pete's contract's coming up, so might not ever get it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And especially with the way shit's going these days, you never really know.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to stay around?
Yeah, right. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't re-sign with NXT if they were like, say, so re-sign, but like, we're gonna bring you up to the main roster. I would be like, okay,
But would
You know
though?
what I mean?
Which roster?
No,
Right.
and
Raw or
it's.
SmackDown?
I mean, I would hope for SmackDown shit, but
Absolutely.
you know, like it's like we were saying earlier. Ultimately, I think almost every wrestler's goal is to end up in WWE.
Yeah.
Right.
Regardless. And now the AEW is becoming the thing, it's changing a little bit more. But you know what I mean? I
Well-
think just to say, like, you know what, I fucking made it.
Right.
You,
Big
you
time.
know, like,
Major
Well,
League.
yeah.
Adam Cole had that meeting before SmackDown this week. He had that cult meeting with Vince McMahon, and they discussed different storylines to go onto both Raw and SmackDown. How those meetings went, I couldn't tell you, but I know that's what they were talking about, and we'll see where that takes us.
I mean, obviously, not the meetings didn't go very well. He still, as far as I know, isn't re-signed. So
Right,
for a
and-
long-term deal.
Well, and I think I've always heard that Vince McMahon isn't hot on Adam Cole, which is why he's never been one of the dudes that got called up.
No, it's Triple
Him-
H and Shawn.
Yeah, no, I think that they want to keep. I would imagine that they'd want to keep him in NXT, which I
That's-
would.
I swear Shawn looks like his dad. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, if I was Triple H at this point, I'd be like, hey man, can we just fucking split? And like, you can just take WWE right out the fucking title because we'll just do our own thing.
Right.
Like,
I think Vince knows that Raw for sure would lose to NXT. I think
they really would.
Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
Moving on.
The next big match was Bobby Fish and Strong. The
R.I.P.
Fish and Strong match. Yeah, which was kind of sad because that was a good match.
That is wild, dude. How, like, he just had a really great match, and then they're like, so here's your check and here's your walking papers.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell he's coming back from the injury, and he didn't look like 100% himself, But it was a good match. It really was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great match.
I thought it was going to lead to a nice little rivalry, kind of one half of the Undisputed Era's rival, and then over here we got the other half, going at each other.
Do you think
I went.
maybe
I went-
sometime in that match they saw something that they didn't like, and that was what got him the axe?
Well, he's old
Yeah,
and he's hurt all the time. Like, there's two big reasons right there to not keep him on a young roster.
Right.
Right. Like,
I mean,
I would imagine Tommaso Ciampa will be out of there when his contract is up. You know what I mean? Yeah, but see, Gargano looks young. Like, that's kind of what I think
True.
is what they're leaning more towards, is they're trying to keep young
Gotcha.
talent coming through there.
Ciampa does look like he's aged like 40 years since
Yeah,
the
that
beginning
dude-
of his NXT run to
Yeah,
now.
That
But he
dude's
can
like,
still go.
well, yeah, but like that dude's like 35 or something like that.
Yeah.
He's not old at all, and he definitely looks older than us.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
his
mean?
beard
Like,
game is so strong though.
yeah, man, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. But and man, I really like him and Timothy Thatcher. I like Timothy Thatcher.
Yes,
Like all his shit before NXT. Like, dude, he came in hot. He was on fire when he came in.
highly underrated.
Absolutely,
So
definitely one of the most technical wrestlers in the game right now.
Oh yeah, definitely old school throwback. Strong, of course, got the victory in that one. I mean, he's building his new faction and doing his thing. He's the leader of that. So
Well, I mean, they're doing the right thing by fucking finally getting behind Roderick Strong and letting him. But wait, hold on. So is the Diamond Mine even going to be a thing anymore now that Tyler Rust is gone?
I don't know.
Or are they just gonna like be like, we had to cut out the weak link and shit?
Probably
Found a piece of coal.
pick up another person.
I mean, yeah, but that would be cool, I guess. It just seems weird. They recast Tyler Rust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Messes with the continuity, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Strong got the W there. We move on to LA Knight tagging with Grimes, going up against the grizzled young veterans.
God, I love them.
Yeah, they are definitely underrated as well. Good, strong tag team.
Dude, they got great mic work too.
Soon to be. Soon to be.
Soon. That shit is great.
Of course, LA Knight and Grimes, they lost, but they're continuing this, Butler storyline.
I like that shit too.
Well, LA walks out on the match, like halfway through, says, "Oh, I don't need this. I'm rich," and leaves Grimes in a pickle 2-on-1, and Grimes almost pulls it out. that guy can go even in a Butler suit.
that hillbilly can wrestle.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
To the moon. But
yeah, right, yeah.
After the match, Ted DiBiase comes out and consoles, Grimes, tells him, I know you're a man of your word, but you just need to cut, screw this guy. So that turn's coming.
I just love seeing Ted DiBiase back on television.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like they could have done anything with him, but this is a really great little storyline that they got going with like Ted and Grimes and LA Knight. Like
and the belt.
Yeah, and the $1 million belt. Like that's one of my favorite championships. It should be a lot of people our age's fucking favorite championships because, for one thing, Ted DiBiase was a goddamn genius.
Mm-hmm.
And also there would be like none of us would probably fucking be here without the ringmaster and the last $1 million champion.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a really good thing. I'm glad they brought it back. I thought it was I was excited.
You youngins out there, that ringmaster is Stone Cold Steve
Austin.
Yeah,
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah.
Just so that they know.
Right. Yeah.
All right, moving along. We had the final opening round match for the breakout tournament with Trey Baxter versus Joe Gasey.
My dude Allhart is gonna win that whole tournament. I'm telling you.
I think it's gonna come down to him and old boy, yeah.
Bro, Blake Christian was the hottest thing coming off the indies when he got signed to NXT. He did like 2 or 3 matches in that GCW 24-hour block.
Yeah.
And his last one was like loser leaves GCW, and it was like fucking right before they announced he got signed.
Well, yeah.
And dude, just he wrestled Leo Rush, as a matter of fact. And dude, just fucking amazing. Leo Rush, that dude that dude can go too. Mm.
He's annoying on the mic sometimes, but great in
oh man, and his Twitter.
It's his job to be.
Yeah, and
that's good for him.
And his Twitter is insufferable, but he retired. He retires all the time. So
that finisher that Baxter pulled too was a 450 stomp.
Yeah,
that's kind of neat. I'm kind of digging that. So,
hey man, Too Cold Scorpio did that goddamn 450.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
a 450 reverse leg drop.
Yeah. And then smoked a joint with them afterwards.
Yeah, and then smoked
and during.
Oh man, if he'd have been smoking that joint as he hit the 450,
I don't know. He might have died.
I would have probably had to change my pants.
All right, so after that match, we moved along. We got the Joe and Cross build up. The inevitable clash coming between those two.
Man, I can't believe
it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good match, dude. But like, why the fuck do I care about it? Like, that's
ignore what's going on outside of NXT with Cross, and you'll care about it.
How can I? You know what I mean? Like they've so just shitty, man.
What do you always say? I don't write this shit.
I don't write this shit. Fuck, but still, it's terrible. Like I don't get why they're just fucking. I don't get it. It's terrible.
I know, I don't know. And dude, then where's Cross's old lady?
Yeah, no, she hasn't been on TV since he went to Raw, right? Like even when he
came out, every time she hasn't been.
Was she not standing there when? No, shit. I guess that was after, right? That was after his Raw debut, when he beat up Regal, and hopped in the car and shit and drove off. Wasn't she in there with him?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think that was the last time that she was on TV.
Right. But she's definitely not like coming out in entrances and even though she used to be like a real big feature in his entrance. Like
She was his entrance.
yeah, first
You know
time
what I
you ever
mean?
saw him, you saw way more of her, and then all of a sudden he just
Yeah.
like explodes almost
Yeah.
through her, which is
Yeah.
pretty neat. But yeah, so that's definitely going to be a barn burner one to watch. Welcome back, Joe, to competitive wrestling.
Next NXT champion.
Probably. And then they'll officially send Cross up when he loses the title, which will make him look even worse, losing to Cody and losing to Joe. So,
God.
after that, they did a build up for Walter and Drag him off 2. That's gonna be a good match too.
Dude, those two dudes are some of my favorite wrestlers on Walter's one of my favorite wrestlers anyways right now.
I didn't like him at first. You sold me on him, and yeah, I absolutely love the guy.
Dude, he doesn't even have a finisher. Like a legit
He
finisher.
is a finisher. Like
yeah. Like he just finishes matches.
Wouldn't
like
his chest chops be his finisher?
Well,
No,
not always.
Not always. No, dude. He
What was
just,
it?
He's done. He's finished him with a power bomb. He's done a chop. He's done a fucking elbow drop.
Wasn't against Ciampa. He messed his hand up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sold that the whole match.
Yeah.
Like his hand was negated for the whole match.
Yeah.
And wound up winning with something else, and it was beautiful wrestling. If you haven't seen
Mhm.
that match, go back and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa is fucking a masterclass in wrestling. Like they told a great story through that whole thing, dude.
Arguably match of the year.
Yeah, and that's really like what not just sold me on Walter because I was already into him, but really made me go, God damn, like I wasn't even realizing how good this dude actually is. You know what I mean?
Technology.
Yeah, dude, and that says a lot about
Professor.
yeah. Well, man, like so you know you watched that match with him and Will Ospreay, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you can't like just how their styles clash. So and just how smooth and effortless that match. Yeah, dude, it was just
Like a tango.
man. I go back and watch that match probably once a month now. Like, dude, I do it all the time. I go back and watch all kinds of matches all the time.
I'm a fan of that match, but not that big a fan.
Yeah.
of it.
Well, I do it just to because sometimes there's shit I might have missed. You know what I
Right.
mean?
No,
Like,
I get it. I totally get it.
I go back and watch Vader matches all the time. I'm watching all of 1996. I'm watching all the wrestling from 1996.
Well, I was over there the other day and we watched what was that, SummerSlam '96, Bret Hart and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Phenomenal match.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great match.
Gold.
And that was
If
when Stone Cold was still a heel. The crowd didn't really give a shit about it.
no, and that wasn't the infamous 97's the one where he gets the blood and won't tap out and all that. 96 was just a regular old match.
Yeah.
And
97 was the year that
Yeah,
Stone Cold really broke out. But
to the moon.
yeah,
To the moon.
to the fucking moon.
All right, so after the 2 build-ups, we move on to the main event. Johnny Gargano away against Dexter Lumis, and it's a love her leave her match for the heart of Indy Hartwell. This story's been dragging out for a while. I'm sorry, but one of my favorite heel factions is the way I love Johnny Gargano. Dude is so good.
Yes.
Austin Theory is a future superstar, and
Dude, yeah,
Gargano
Austin
is just molding him into the next big thing.
Austin Theory is not just he plays that dumb jock goon.
But you think he looks like?
Yeah, like he plays that character so fucking well.
But he didn't ever do that until he got with them, and it's brilliant.
He does that. He does that springboard, like bounces off the top rope with his ass and then catches him and then does a Spanish fly.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, dude, that kid is just
good,
phenomenal. He'll be cut next. He'll be cut next.
I was literally about to say, please.
You know what I mean? Like,
alone.
fuck, dude.
Johnny's great. His wife's great. Indy's good. You know, all 4 of them. I really like them.
Yeah. Well, Candice LeRae, dude, like,
yeah.
Did you ever see the match where she beat the Young Bucks by herself? And I don't be like trying to tell motherfuckers to watch Young Bucks matches.
I didn't see that one.
That's one to watch. Like Candice LeRae versus Young Bucks. It's fucking It's a bloody mess, but
I'll
it's
be
great.
watching that later.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well,
Yeah.
Gargano pulls out the win in that match,
Mhm.
much to everyone's chagrin. So it was a lover-reliever match.
Yeah, but they're not leaving.
No, and Andy
we all
refused at the last minute. She ran back down and basically dry humped Dexter right there in the ring.
Yeah.
Roll credits with them making out in the middle of the mat.
So I've never gotten Dexter Loomis, I suppose. Is he a serial killer? Is that the
he's a
gimmick?
lunatic. He
I
doesn't
mean,
talk.
That's
He's
how I
a
always
great
saw him.
artist.
Because they got this motherfucker dressing like Dexter.
If you
from
go back,
Showtime.
and he talks about it too, about on the network, he talks about it. Stone Cold, when he first started doing the Stone Cold angle, he was trying to be like
The
serial
Iceman.
killer.
Yeah, he was trying to be like Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman.
Well, a mold of a bunch of serial killers, but that's where
Right.
he kind of got the main motto. Dexter almost reminds me of some of the really early on Stone Cold stuff. I'm not saying he's straight up Stone Cold. I'm saying that early part of the crazy kind of serial killer evil persona.
Yeah.
But the dude's athletic. He can go. Some of his matches back, he was what with TNA or Impact, whatever you want to call it, back in the day, looked completely different. He can go. Some of his athleticism for that size of a guy, because he's pretty stocky guy. Yeah, it's impressive.
I really like him. I like his matches. I think he has great matches.
And he's a great artist.
Yeah.
I don't know if he really draws that stuff. I think he does, but
I hope he does. You know what I mean? Like, I really hope
the way they sell it, he really does.
Yeah. Triple H has him sitting down backstage for an hour before every show, and he's like, "Look, dude, just fucking draw, all right?
Just draw some happy trees.
Just draw some happy trees. Can you draw?
Happy
Draw.
trees.
You do
Happy
now.
trees.
Can you draw?
But-
You do now."
But the moral of the story is NXT Index prevailed at the end, and I guess Cindy Hartwell is not going to be in the way no more. Or
Hold on, did you say Index?
yep, that's the name. That's their couple name. That's what they're calling them.
Is that what they call? I hate the world so goddamn much.
So they are Index now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means Indy's not going to be in the way no more. Maybe Dexter's going to be in the way. I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't mean Dexter's joining the way because, like you said, Austin Theory's.
Do you know how much? Oh my God! Do you know how much comedic gold there is if they put Dexter Loomis in the way? Like really? Like that's gonna be just amazing. You know what I mean?
I've tried to do that with my kids to where I just kind of do that freaky insanity stare and not like react to anything. That's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh no, I got it down packed.
Well,
Does not matter
insane,
at all. Yeah, yeah.
But that is this week's episode of NXT. So
Alright.
it might be the last
Maybe.
great episode of NXT.
Who knows? With
Jesus,
all the cuts, it's all the cuts. I don't know what's gonna happen with NXT.
I'm curious to see. Well, because they're saying that they're gonna repackage it and like new logos and new all kinds of shit. So I'm curious to see how fast that's all gonna happen. And yeah, I'm just curious to see what the product's even gonna be like moving forward. Like how shitty is it gonna be?
I mean, NXT's. I mean, it's not like a secret or anything. NXT's probably my favorite show.
Yeah,
I think ever put
It-
everybody else in.
Not for long.
yeah.
I'm pretty tore up right now.
Yeah, NXT was my favorite there for a good long while.
And
now-
their last round of cuts, man. I followed some of the people that hadn't even made it on TV, like, and it upset me with those cuts. With these, man, Bronson Reed, and that one's just perplexing.
Yeah, dude, I don't. Bronson Reed, dude. Like,
That dude can
Bobby
go.
Fish, I can see, right?
Right. There's
That
reasoning
makes
behind
sense
that.
for sure. There's plenty of reasons behind it. Not
It's-
maybe not legitimate ones or whatever. Maybe it's not a concern.
It makes you think: is there something behind the scenes with Bronson Reed that we don't know about? Some legal problem or some backstage? He rubbed somebody the wrong way. I don't know, but don't say
right,
budget cuts.
Dude, because that's insanity at this point, especially them coming off their best year profit wise. Like,
if they come at me with budget cuts over this one, I might throw a shoe at them.
but I wonder how far under the financial umbrella NXT of WWE NXT actually falls. Like, I wonder how much of that is like, because you know how like at the end of WCW, the network was like, well, we're not putting any more money into this, so whatever y'all make is what y'all make.
Right.
And then whatever they wanted to put back into it was what they were putting back into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, is that kind of the situation that's happening with NXT right now? Are they just pulling? Are they like yanking funding over budget cuts? And they're like, not only can you not keep all these fucking wrestlers, but we're gonna no more pyro. You know what I mean? And like, we're taking the fans out completely.
Well, then they switched their location, right? They went from Full Sail to where are they at now? They're not at Full Sail anymore.
No, they're not at Full Sail. Mm-hmm. They had some legal shit happen with Full Sail.
Yeah, now they're at the. I mean, it's tiny.
Yeah,
they're not. They still don't have real crowd.
Hey man, and you know what, dude? Like, I'm not tripping on a tiny venue. Like, I watched.
No, but it's just for them to go from that to that. I know pandemic and everything, but
right,
you could have stuck them in.
Well, Takeover 35 or is it 36? 36. That one's gonna be in front of a live audience, right?
Yeah, I think that's their return to like real live show.
Oh, isn't that the day after SummerSlam?
I want to say yes because SummerSlam had to get switched, right? Because of the venue for SummerSlam being where it's at, and the sports ball messing with that, right?
I guess.
Some of the Raiders. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's what Justin was saying.
NFL is king, I guess. Whatever.
Sure. Oh yeah, I think it's a fucking preseason game or some shit. But
So this week in AEW, we started out with, or actually this week we already had a review this week of AEW and Smackdown. So if y'all want to go back and see the full cap of everything, I'll check it out. It was posted earlier this week. But so we're just going to go over the high points and talk about the good things. So we opened with the Juice Effect off the top rope with the Jericho's third thing, which I thought was dope. I'm glad they did it. The match was kind of sloppy, but then we learned that the fourth trial of Jericho is going to be against Wardlow.
With
that's a
special guest referee.
Yeah, with MJF as referee. So how can he win this? I mean, that's got to be the high point of wanting to see it, is how can he actually win with MJF as a ref?
I mean, the only reason I want to see it is I just want to see the rest of I want to see how the labors play out. Like, I want to see the payoff. I want to see, I guess, his solo match with MJF or whatever.
Yeah, which is gonna happen.
I just feel like they've done these, like, they've done these labors, in the wrong order. Like, I definitely feel like Nick Gage should have been the one right before he got to MJF. Like, he should have done like Wardlow.
This one should have been first.
Yeah, he should have done like Wardlow first, then Shawn Spears, then Juvie. You know what I mean?
Then you start the random people coming in like
Juvie, like they're not supposed to get fucking easier as they go. And I got it that MJF is a special ref, so that just means that like Wardlow's.
Well, it's not going to be easy. Wardlow's a monster.
Well, and so this bothers me, right? Okay, this really. It's gonna have to be the Walls of Jericho.
Now, that's Lion Tamer or Walls of Jericho? Because
whatever, dude. I don't know
really
what are they even.
Moves.
Yeah, well, they are, but he just does the same one, and they just call it whatever.
I know, I hate that. To me, the Lion Tamer is the better one.
It's a Boston Crab.
Well, no, the Lion Tamer is the one where he puts
his fucking knee. Yeah.
So he doesn't actually sit down. That's the Lion Tamer.
And he stands up, basically.
Because it looks like that classic shot of a lion, Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the Walls is that Boston Crab.
It's
it's an elevated Boston Crab.
Call it
but
that.
I mean, right. Yeah. But I mean, it's gonna have to be for him to win. It's right because MJF's not gonna fucking count the pin.
Right. Why would he count the submission? They would have to like. There's
No,
gonna
I mean-
have to be a ref run in.
No, or Wardlow will pass out.
Even then, the
There's
ref's
not
not
gonna
going to
be.
call it.
There's not gonna. And see, here's my problem. Is like
How's he gonna win it?
how? Yeah. So like,
He's gonna have
but
to.
not
not-
just
not-
not. I'm not just asking because I'm curious. I'm asking from like a fucking creative standpoint. How the fuck are they gonna rat their way into Jericho winning this?
Same way they always do. The special guest referee gets taken out, ref bump, and then bring in a new ref. It's the only way. I mean, how else?
So Jericho's gonna throw Wardlow into MJF.
And then just take
Something.
MJF out
Take
of the
MJF.
rest of
The match.
the match, and that's
Now, my question is, when he gets to, like I said, MJF said on commentary last week that he was going to be the fifth trial. Like, there isn't going to be five and then him. He's
Right.
going to be the fifth,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Which is another disappointing thing to me because I was really hoping the fifth was going to be like CM Punk or whatever. Is he going to win? Is he going to beat MJF? MJF still hasn't lost clean in a singles match. Has he?
No, not
No.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think he's gonna beat MJF.
I don't either. I think he's going to lose, and then Jericho's going to leave. Maybe done. Maybe
Let me-
just for a while.
Do y'all think that this is his last year in wrestling?
No,
Yes.
no.
Like in ring competing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, in ring competition.
Maybe.
Man, I just don't see the need anymore. Like I don't. Honestly, I just don't need any more Jericho matches in my life, dude. Really?
AEW doesn't
Like-
need him.
No.
He did his
And-
job.
And there's nothing else for him to fucking prove, dude. Like we all recognize him as one of the greatest to ever.
Well, I
fucking
think that's one
make
reason
something
they've
good.
started promoting Sammy Guevara as much as they have as a singles competitor, and Santana and Ortiz as a tag team competition, and they've all separated, into fighting each part of the factions, right? They really highlighted on that.
Honestly, I think the pandemic delayed this because if
Yeah.
it wasn't for the pandemic, he would have went on tour with Fozzy. He definitely would. You can't do both. You can't be in the same place at the same time.
So you think Jericho stuck around and he's been as active as he is to keep ratings up?
Yes, I mean he is the demo god.
I mean that's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
He helped the company like he always does. He is.
Yeah.
No matter where he's going, he's a company man.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
the reason why he's it GOAT.
in other big news in AEW this week, you had Adam Page breaking up with Dark Order.
Is that
Yeah.
big news? How
I
long have
think
they
it
been together?
is.
How long have they been together? 2 weeks?
No, they've been
Building to
they've
it
been
for a lot
building
longer
it
than
for
that.
a lot longer than that.
I know, but like what? He dressed as them for 1 week and then the
that
very
was
next
so
week.
awesome. Yeah,
And then
that was
the
cool.
very next week he was like, "Man,
I'm
look, guys, I
sure
just
that's
can't."
not the last time we've seen him dress with them like that. I'm sure it's not over between him and the Dark Order. I'm sure they just need a little marriage counseling, and they'll be right back to things later on.
It's nothing personal. It's just too much purple.
Now let me ask you this: what if they do a heel turn, and they turn on him, and it's because they have a new leader?
I don't think
or
they're
one
gonna,
of their own
I do
leads.
not think they're gonna make the Dark Order's heel
Ever again?
No,
I mean, they were
they
before.
they play. Yeah, I know that failed, and they play too good as a group of funny faces.
Okay.
I agree with the bottom square. Turn them fucking heel. Straight up. Like,
I mean, I
Yeah.
can see what Brady's saying because it's kind of like a New Day in WWE. They tried to do them heel for a minute, and it didn't work, and they ran away from that. Like, no, they're going back to face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the Dark Order is kind of AEW's answer to
New Day.
New Day. That I can see that with
I thought that
They're
was.
popular,
I
they
thought
sell
their
that was.
shanties and their antics.
I thought that was fucking Lucha Express or whatever. Jurassic Express. I thought that was Jurassic Express.
No.
I thought that was.
You shut your mouth right now.
I thought the best friends in Orange Cassidy.
Maybe.
I can
yeah,
keep-
that
I
one
can
I can
keep-
believe more.
I could keep fucking going about this whole like AEW's answer to the New Day, and the Dark Order ain't it. Like they
I
got
think there's zany antics, yes,
yeah, but I mean, really, it's just
but Orange Cassidy and best friends as well. Yeah,
Well, maybe even bigger in the story is that he said he's got to do this. Adam Page said he's got to do this by himself, and went out there and called out the Elite and stood his ground in the ring by himself and got his ass beat. And when the Dark Order came out to try to help, good leadership from Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, they stopped them from helping because that's what Adam Page wants, and that's what Adam Page is going to get. So now he's in the ring by himself getting his ass beat.
Get his big boy boots on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, Frankie Kazarian came out to take half that ass whipping.
Yeah. He absorbed some of it.
Yeah, because he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He just came out there and basically got beat up too.
Yeah, he dropped a couple of guys and then spun around towards nobody for a second. Go back and watch it. It's funny.
He's
he turned the wrong way.
He's the elite hunter. He's not an elite hunter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's mark that, Brady.
Right.
So after that, we got other big news. Cody Rhodes. He's one foot out the door, I guess.
He hung his one boot up because the other one.
Well, okay. So reports are after the show went off the air, he took his other boot off.
This motherfucker really?
Yeah.
God damn. Did Cody Rhodes stand in the middle of the fucking ring after the show went off air?
I haven't seen it. I just heard he took his other boot off. I've seen pictures with 2 boots off, so
I don't even want to look, dude. I don't even want to look that up. Fuck.
But yeah, Malachi Black.
I'm really glad he squashed Cody though.
Squash.
Oh god. His entrance was great. The
Dude,
squash was great.
So where do we go now, though?
What do you mean?
Where do we go with Malachi Black now? If Cody's done, is Cody done?
They can go after the title.
No, man. I don't think fucking Cody. Honestly, and I fucking hate to say it, they should stretch the fucking Malachi Black Cody Rhodes thing out until All Out, and have them have a really good match at All Out. You know, not like so, or just have Malachi Black destroy him every fucking time, and then have All Out be like where Cody Rhodes is like, I've just had enough for real this time.
For real this time, yeah.
Like I said,
you know what I mean?
We talked about it. Have an annual event where Cody just gets killed by Malachi Black.
He comes back to TV and Malachi Black's like, I thought I told you.
Like I said, it's August. You know what that means.
Yeah, right. That's fantastic.
Well, we got, All Out's coming out September 7th. There's the whole...
September 5th.
September 5th. There you go.
Yeah, the 5th.
And we got CM Punk probably coming in on Rampage on the 20th. We got a lot of big things.
That is in Chicago, right?
Man, is that really?
It's got to be.
So has any of that shit actually been confirmed?
What? I think both Daniel Bryan and CM Punk have both been confirmed. What their
And
roles have not.
So,
and I want to say I saw something earlier about Ruby Soho is confirmed.
I've heard that she's confirmed. Right.
Yeah,
I've heard that multiple times that she's literally on her way in there.
Your next
But
AEW.
I've just seen a lot of speculation about Bryan Danielson and CM Punk. There was only one person that said that was a thing, and it keeps being the same person. I can't remember who it is right now, and I'm not gonna care to look it up.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so I'm just saying, there hasn't been no AEW ain't dropped no shit that's like CM Punk is all elite.
Well, I mean, Darby ran a promo where he basically said everything but CM Punk's name.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Man.
I mean, all the hits have been dropped, that's for sure.
Look,
that's basically confirming it.
Right, yeah. I mean, CM Punk.
Yeah. Now, Brian? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard any rumors about, any hints or drops about Daniel Bryan Even in the whole promo they did, the Elite did on Wednesday's episode, where they all had like Ric Flair's, he had Ric Flair's robe on, or the Hawaiian shirts, or the Cookie Monster shirt for CM Punk, and the Hawaiian shirts for Bray Wyatt. You know, homeboy had the Ric Flair robe on.
Mm-hmm.
They made all the hints, and not one hint I don't think was about Daniel Bryan.
Not yet.
So I don't know.
I'll have to go back and look. Maybe somebody had some fur boots on or something.
Very nice, very nice. So
let me ask you something real fast though. So what do you think they're going to do with Max Caster now? Because Mark Henry had just worked out a TMZ deal where Max Caster was going to be on there once a week, like talking about pop culture and wrestling and shit.
Now stop. Have we gone over what happened with Max Caster?
No.
Can we real quick for anybody that doesn't know?
Sure.
I know. So his intros are he comes out and he raps, and like I
freestyle.
And they're usually current events things
he digs and cuts on people. Yeah,
right. And he mentioned the stench of Simone Biles' crotch, and then the Duke lacrosse team and their rape allegations. He brought up two things that were very
that
not
was
good to be talking about.
That was as far as he's gone, and we found out what the limit was.
But that's one.
Well, because dude, I've been behind. He said some shit before.
Yeah,
where you're like, wow.
Yeah, I thought plenty of times he was going to get canceled, but this is where we draw the line. Okay.
I mean,
that's pretty.
I think it's the Simone Biles thing, honestly, more than anything. You know what I mean? I think it was just the comment that he made about her. It's too shitty and off color, dude. Like,
I'd say both.
I don't know. I think it was more the Duke lacrosse rape joke.
I don't know.
It was a rape joke, is what it was.
I've seen more people complaining about. I've seen more people complaining about the Simone Biles thing.
Because it's what have you done for me lately? She's current, but in all actuality, if you really compare the two, rape's a little bit worse.
I think network
every time.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say a little bit worse. I'd say it's a lot worse.
More people are talking about the Simone Biles because it's current.
Yeah, because it's hot, right?
Yeah. So
and more more than company wise, they're going to frown more upon rape jokes than talking about someone's cooter.
Well, they pulled it down, right? They pulled the episode and then they edited
it out, and I missed it. I didn't get to see the unedited version, unfortunately.
I watched it, and then I didn't really even. I guess it wasn't that shocking of a fucking entrance to me. But
we're cold-hearted idiots, so.
Yeah, and also, I was too jacked up screaming, "That boy can spit!" But
I hope they don't. I guess I hope they don't get rid of all that. I hope they just be like, "Yo, man, you gotta tone it down just a little bit."
Now,
we know where the line is now. Let's stay on this side of the line from now on.
Look, all Tony Khan's got to do is just be like, "All right, before the show, just let me hear it. That's it." You know what I mean? Just give me 5 minutes of your time, spit your rap in my face, and then I'll tell you if you need to make some changes. You know what I mean? Like,
creative control over his rap.
Yeah. Here's a list of shit you can't say. You know what I mean?
I think that would be here's a list of things you can't like.
Here's a list of shit, and I'm pretty sure every network has a list of shit they can't. You know what I mean? A definite list. A definitive list.
Here's my question.
Of shit
my question is gay jokes on that list because are him and his tag team partner gay?
I know Anthony Bowens is gay, but I don't know if Max Caster's gay.
I know it. Yeah, I know Anthony Bowens gay, but even though, is he exempt from those kinds of jokes? Can he pull them off?
Wait, hold on. Are you saying can Max Caster say gay jokes because his tag team partner's gay?
He gets the pass.
Because Brady, that's like being like, well, I got a black friend, I could say the N-word.
Yeah, Weezy ain't gonna let
That's not how that works, bro.
No.
That is not how that works at
Even
all.
if he tried to tell me I could, I'd still be like, "No, I ain't falling for that."
I'm pretty sure it's already worked though once, so I'm pretty sure he's threw some
no.
out there.
Right. Well, no, I know he's talked about like having sex with dudes that he was going to wrestle, and he's also talked about having sex with their chicks and shit. So, he's just whatever, man. He's androgynous. Whatever.
Now, do you think that he's just going to get a slap on the wrist, or kind of like Sammy did, or could he be gone?
I don't think he's gone.
I don't think they'll get rid of him. The Acclaimed is too good of a fucking tag team.
Yeah.
In a struggling tag team division.
I think if they didn't get rid of Sammy Guevara, they're not going to get rid of.
Well, Sammy's got a little bit more pull, I think, with who he's associated with.
I guess.
In my opinion, but I don't think he's going to be gone either. I just wanted to throw the question out there. So.
Yeah, I think it'll just be more like a Stern talking to.
You're gonna be on Elevation Nation for for a
they're
while.
they're gonna keep him on dark and shit for a while.
You stay
Not
down
no
here.
more no more raps. If he was smart, they could twist this whole into like they censored me and shit, and like he could really. They could really do something cool.
Because we all know the majority of the AEW fans aren't into censorship, so
I would absolutely run with that.
What was the stable that Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver and goddamn, I can't remember the other dude's name. That in MLW, Injustice.
Yes.
They came out with the duct tape on their mouths and shit. Like he could do some shit like that because of it, and not have to rap. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
I just want to see him rap some more.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that they're not going to let him.
And you remember, I used to be not a fan of Max Caster.
I know.
And
I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
See, I told you. You were like, "Oh, why is he fucking round like John Cena?" And I was like, "Well, you just hold the fuck on." He has nothing like John Cena.
I mean, obviously, Cena never would have rapped anything like that.
Do you remember some of the shit that John Cena said back then?
I don't know. Yeah, obviously, you haven't watched Suicide Squad yet.
No, I haven't.
So, is there any indie news this week?
No, GCW did the Zona thing in Mexico out at the junkyard, but I didn't catch it. I know they've got an event coming up this weekend in San Antonio, and Schlack's going to be wrestling.
When's their new champ going to defend his belt?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Are you talking about Matt Cardona?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think they've got anything booked with him for the next couple shows. Or I don't think Drew Parker is wrestling either at that show. And he's their new ultraviolent champion.
Yeah, and that was crazy because he had like literally got off a plane from winning that other title like the day before that.
Yeah,
and then he literally had fresh meat on his back.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
a Big Japan Deathmatch Wrestling champion and GCW Ultraviolent champion.
And he called out old boy to come over to Japan and he'll rematch him.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be even higher.
So you weren't here the next night when I watched night 2. He wrestled fucking Jimmy Lloyd in a death match.
Basically 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row, my G. He was in fucking glass, just rolling around, getting busted in the face with fucking light tubes 3 days in a row.
That boy needs some fluids.
And throw in a fucking plane flight from Tokyo in the middle of fucking 2 of those. You know what I mean?
I'm willing to bet he's a couple of quarts low.
Like
all that bleeding.
Yeah. Get that man some cookies and some orange juice.
Right.
For real.
So didn't we have a new champion for NWA?
Tyrus actually won the TV championship.
Yes. TV title.
Did he win the TV title?
Yeah, it was in a no time limit match.
He won,
yes.
Yeah, he won it off of Kratos, right?
Yes.
Yeah, JR Kratos.
I think this is my second favorite TV title holder ever.
Yeah.
Ever?
Well, you know what I really like? Tyrus's manager is Austin Idol, and
Yeah.
Austin Idol is a fucking national treasure. That dude is just fucking great on. So he manages Tyrus, right? But they were doing this team thing in NWA. So Kratos is on Austin Idol's team, but Tyrus isn't, right? And the whole time, like, he's just like, I'm telling you right now, I can't lose. I can't lose. That's my guy. That's my guy. And like the whole match, he was like, it was just great, dude. And then like Tyrus wins at the end. He's like, what'd I tell you? I told you I can't lose. So, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm excited for the stuff that's coming up with the NWA. I'm really hoping that Ric Flair just does the right thing and helps the struggling promotion that put that motherfucker on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, dude, Ric Flair wouldn't be 16-time what champion?
I think it's unofficially 22 time, but
yeah,
you know,
but
WWE don't recognize some of them titles.
Yeah, but even so, 16 time though, you're counting that fucking 10 pounds of gold in that 16 times.
Yeah.
So for you to just kind of ignore your roots, that shit to me, like, or be done with wrestling.
He's going to AEW. Rick needs that money.
No,
Rick needs that money.
I don't think so. I hope not. God, I hope not.
He's gonna go over there and buddy around with his Horseman brothers, and
I mean,
live the good life for
as far as I know, him and Arn and shit don't talk. Like, as far as I know, there's bad blood. Like, from what I've heard and shit, just listening to interviews and stuff, like, Arn didn't call Ric Flair whenever his son died and shit. And like, they don't really talk. So I don't necessarily see that being a fucking reason for Ric Flair to go to AEW. The check, maybe.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've also been hearing that Ric Flair doesn't really need the money right now either. Like, he's got that. He's like started his own wine and all kinds of shit. So I don't think he's really like hurting for fucking cash. Yeah, and I don't think he's fucking hurting necessarily for cash right now.
What's those commercials he's running for insurance?
Yeah.
They're pretty funny.
I don't know. I think he's gonna take a break for a little while. It's
standard insurance, and yeah, it'd be cool if he never came back to wrestling, I wouldn't be upset. It's not like what the fuck has Ric Flair done in the last 2 years that is even of any substance? The fucking
value to the product, honestly.
The fucking Lacey Evans shit. What'd he do? But what'd he do before that? Cry about Charlotte?
Yeah.
Fuck'd he do before that? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You're Ric Flair, and God, dude, I love you for everything that you've ever done. But like, seriously, like, we don't need you around anymore. So then we had Smackdown on Friday, and it's a pretty good episode once again. Smackdown's pretty strong for the past couple months.
Yeah. Solid.
I've definitely been enjoying the product a lot more.
You know, honestly, Roman Reigns and his whole head of the table thing has brought it back a lot, and his whole just taking no crap thing. I love it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and that's something because you weren't watching WWE.
Not
for
at
a
all.
while.
Not at all.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the important shit right there, man. It's like that's what they want, I think, ultimately. Like, they found something that works with a character that they've been wanting to get over with the fans for so long. And now a lot of us are like, yes, more Roman Reigns like this, please.
Well, they
hardcore fans.
They pushed him face for so long, and everybody he got boos all the time. Everybody hated him, and you couldn't just turn him heel and be just like a goof off heel. He had to be serious with it to make it work.
Well, he can't be. So there's so many different kinds of heels, really. He can't be that chicken shit heel.
Yeah.
No.
Not really. You know what I mean? It's like he can be, but it's got to be in a real, like, strong way. You know what I mean? Like, he's got goons and shit like that. So that's really what the chicken shits are more Jay and Jimmy,
Yeah.
right? So, but yeah, I mean, I dig the fuck out of it. I think it's really good. I like everything that.
Last night I missed it, but I saw how you were talking about one of his best lines since he's been doing that run about
Oh, yeah.
the Jay, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Does it really matter? My favorite line was whenever he was kind of beefing with Kevin Owens, and he looked at Jimmy, and he goes, "He doesn't fear me. Fix that."
Yeah. Fix that. Yeah.
Dude, so I was like,
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
You're gold.
Yeah.
Well, man, that cage match,
Yeah.
dude, it was just slow and methodical, and just
yeah.
the shit that he talked throughout it, and just the way that whole thing played out was just, I was not excited about it.
Right.
And then I watched it, and then I just got lost in it. And by the end of it, I was like, holy shit, that was one of the best matches I've seen in a long fucking time.
And Brady, I think you nailed it last night when you said Paul's got a lot to do with it. I think it's
Oh yeah.
you can see
Oh
it.
Yeah.
You could see it blatantly
And
that
it's-
Paul's the master behind all this.
And it's almost even more brilliant because Paul's reinvented himself as well. He's not coming out there like he was with Brock to where he's the mouthpiece, he's doing all this and all that. He's almost like,
A goon
you know,
himself.
yeah, he's pitting the belts and you are above me, sir.
He's
type.
he's more of a handler.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's brilliant. He'll come out there without Roman and do his thing and run his promos, which are always gold. But
Forever.
then whenever Chief's around,
Well, man, I just love that whenever they do the backstage segments with Roman Reigns, and he's just sitting in that chair, and all you can see is like Paul Heyman's chest and him just holding that belt in the background behind Roman Reigns' head. They don't even show Paul. Yeah, they don't even show Paul Heyman's fucking face, and it's like, that is just
brilliant.
fantastic. Like every bit of that.
So please
And
don't
yeah.
fuck that up, WWE.
Yeah, right. It's only a matter of
It's only a
time.
matter of
I
time.
mean, we're talking about WWE. They've shit on every good thing we've ever loved.
Right. Well, this week we also got a great Edge promo with Seth Rollins, and now we're
Those
gonna get to
suits.
see them at. Oh, I love Seth Rollins suits. He's so so fresh, so clean. But we're gonna get them at SummerSlam now, so that's gonna be great. And I loved how when he called him Edge Light, and he just snapped. That's so good.
And I loved it how they went back and forth. It was like a balancing act. Like at one point,
Yeah.
Edge had the advantage, and then Seth was like, "Oh," and he got Edge hot, and he was like, "You don't bring up my kids. You don't bring up my family." And then he turned it back around on him. That was brilliant. Those two
Yeah.
worked so well together.
Yeah.
So good.
So apparently Seth Rollins had a line in there somewhere along the lines of, "I'm better than Edge, and he knows it," kind of.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Now
I caught
MJF is like, "Oh, excuse me?
Yeah,
What was that?" So he's made a
Yeah.
fistful about
I forgot to text you last night about that. I was gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Oh man, MJF's got to be going crazy on Twitter with that."
it. Yeah.
Gimmick infringement.
I'm gonna sue you.
Right.
I wonder if that comes up on Dynamite this week.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah. That kid is good, man.
I'm telling you,
He's
he
gonna
is
talk shit
he's
about
the
suits
future
and-
of the heels. Like, he is gonna be the number one heel 10 years from now. I just can't wait to see how the road to his stardom.
I'm ready for him to look less like a child. But yeah.
Well, I mean, he's like 23.
I know, man. It's just hard for me to be like, I'm just always like, stop talking your shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to just, I don't know, hate him. You know what I mean? Like, I like watching him work, right? But like the fan in me, I don't really believe it. You know what I mean?
Well, Needles, not everybody was born with a beard like you, so give the kid a little time. He'll start growing.
It's fucking day one-ish. You know what I mean?
So we're
But
leading,
yeah,
we're leading
I
up to
don't know.
SummerSlam. We're leading up to SummerSlam with everything, and we got Big E with the Money in the Bank. Do you think he's going to cash it in there, or do you think he should hold it all the way to WrestleMania?
Well, it depends. Is Cena gonna win? If Cena wins, then I think Big E cashes in because Cena isn't going to stick around to defend that.
Yeah.
Don't
be
forget,
perfect.
it doesn't have to be the SmackDown Championship.
But
Don't forget it.
this is true.
Don't forget.
He
it.
that would
he's gonna-
enable him to go back and be with the New Day. But why would he do that?
as I don't know, man. They could be dripping in gold. You know what I mean?
True.
I just think is Goldberg gonna beat Lashley?
God, I hope not.
Yeah. I mean, probably. He likes winning at SummerSlam. Hasn't he won every time he's been at SummerSlam? I think if you go back down the list, I think he has.
I think you're right. I don't look up shit about Goldberg.
I'm just
Like I said before, I stopped giving a fuck about Goldberg when they stuck him with the cattle prod. You know it. I don't give a fuck. I stopped giving a fuck about Goldberg a long, long time ago. And now that I know even more about wrestling and how wrestling works and shit,
Yeah.
I like Goldberg like even less.
right.
So, and then watching him almost kill the Undertaker and shit, like
Yeah, that was when I was definitely like never gonna enjoy seeing him in a wrestling ring again.
yeah,
You
dude.
headbutting doors. Dude.
Yeah, like you're a fucking senior citizen, dude. Stop it.
But
You know what
man,
I mean?
the thing that freaks me out is that growth spurt his kid hit.
It's called HGH, Robert.
Well, I mean, like I just saw it popped up in my feed earlier. I just saw the video of him like grabbing his son out of the stands when he came back and beat Brock and throw him in the ring, and it looked like he hurt his child. But anyways, and yeah, his son was like short and kind of chubby, and now that kid looks like he could make a run at the Intercontinental title.
Right, yeah.
Right.
That kid's a worker. Put him in the ring.
Yeah.
Seriously. But all right, growth spurt.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's just one of Goldberg's testicles. It's just sentient and free, walking on its own.
Something, man. So veiny.
It's terrible. Jesus. Yeah. So I'm not really.
What about the Sasha?
Yeah. So I'm excited about Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair again. Especially not. What was it? Was it a fucking cage match last time?
No, it was
It was-
WrestleMania.
Oh,
She
yeah, it
whipped her
was-
with her fucking hair.
God. Damn.
I think the new sound clip of her entrance is the actual whip sound she did on Sasha's body.
It fucking should be. That sounded like a goddamn shotgun.
Yeah.
There ain't no faking that.
For real,
Jesus.
dude. But yeah, I'm excited. Those two ladies are gonna have a great match. They're both really great workers. And
So it
we
doesn't
both
feel
know.
like as I know we all kind of have a problem with how WWE is just constantly rematches. That doesn't fall in that category.
I mean, Sasha Banks has been gone for a while.
So
Does
it
it?
makes up for it. The fact that those two are up here.
Well, I think the fact that she's coming back and wanting her shit back makes up for
Okay.
it.
So the storyline makes up for the okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now I don't give a shit for the storyline. I don't like the fact that they brought Sasha Banks and immediately put her back in the title picture.
Man, have you seen their back and forth on Twitter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but who else are they gonna put in the title picture right now? On
SmackDown? Liv Morgan.
She's on
Liv.
NXT, right?
No, Liv Morgan's on SmackDown.
Okay.
No, she was in Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought she
Liv
Sorry, go
Liv Morgan, Carmella. Let's see.
Carmella's on. Is she on SmackDown? I thought she was on Raw.
No, Carmella's on SmackDown.
Okay, and then what's her name that was just wrestled Bianca last night?
Oh
Or,
yeah, Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
They could have pushed Zelina Vega when they brought her back instead of having her be fucking potato farm.
They've sort of pushed her, but she hasn't won. But they've pushed her.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
Like well, I mean, she was on the main event last night.
Now, okay, yes. See, now I'm saying, yeah, I will agree with you as of last night. But like before that, do I think they were pushing her? No, not at all.
They were having her and Liv beef, and
Well, just because they had her back on TV.
yeah. I mean, true.
I don't know, man. I think you got to be hard pressed to find motherfuckers that want to get behind somebody that loses all the time,
Right.
especially these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you could find somebody on a fucking losing streak and make them lovable.
Right.
Nowadays, people are like, that's fucking.
At least not on a main card.
And because the last time that they did it, where they put somebody like that was just getting fucking throttled all the time and made somebody lovable and got them over, Lana.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
look what happened.
And then what? Oh yeah, they fucking cut her.
And brought back Eva Marie.
And just, I can't wait for Piper Niven to fuck her up.
Yes.
I just it genuinely upsets me because I watched Lana just steadily do it the right way and progress and progress and progress. And I'm not saying she was, top tier.
Well, let's not forget they murdered her for how long on her way out between her.
Yeah, because her
Nia
husband
Jax,
went to AEW.
Yeah, week
So they
after
punished
week
her.
after
That was
week after week.
bullshit.
She got put through tables week after
And she took
week.
that shit like a fucking pro.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a point. She did get better in ring, like way
She
better.
did it
Like
the right way.
yeah, if you want to start, put her back. Her very first match in WWE, and then look at her very last match in WWE.
Yeah.
It's
Night
a
and
world. Yeah, absolutely, dude. And for them to be like, well, you know what? You worked really hard. Here's your check and your walk pay. Like, I just don't get like their whole like. It's
I honestly
weird.
I know you don't like it, Brady, because of the whole WWE AEW thing, but I hope she goes to AEW to be with her husband.
No,
and
I
because
agree.
They need women, and
Look,
she has turned into a good wrestler.
You know the whole thing on my aspect on the whole people going from WWE to AEW. When you run the leading wrestling company on the planet for decades, and a new company comes along and it wants to be a vile competitor in this market, you're gonna have to get some wrestlers from the leading competitor. Right, you're gonna have to get
line.
that. You can't start a wrestling promotion without that superstar.
Right.
That's why we got Chris Jericho. That's why they got John Moxley in the beginning.
Right.
They had to get some power behind it, and now that they've got a name for themselves, sure, we'll take some more of the people that you mistreated and didn't use properly, and we all know that they're great wrestlers. We're talking about all the same wrestlers we've complained over the past 2 years, 3 years that they've mistreated and misbooked, and there's so much potential behind Malachi Black. There's so much potential behind Eldrade.
Miro.
Hey, hold on.
Lana.
Hold on. You want to talk about historically misbooked? I'll give you one, for instance, in AEW. All right. Adam Page. Like that guy. Forever. Again.
He really should have been the first
on pause.
champ.
That's why I'm never excited about anybody going there. I don't really care. But I think it would be goddamn silly for anybody that's been released to not call AEW first.
Oh yeah. They
You
got
know what I
money.
mean?
They got big.
Not to say I
big-time
want
TV
everybody
slot.
that's been released to go to AEW.
It's not even whether you want to show up in AEW and stay in AEW. It's about getting in there and making your little run at it and getting your face out there, building your own brand, because that's one thing that AEW will let wrestlers do is build their own brand, which is something that WWE is fucking emphatically not fucking doing right now.
No, your name is this now.
Yeah, they don't want you. They don't want you to be your own brand. They want you to be under their brand, and all you are is what they've made you.
Did
You know what I
anybody notice last night on SmackDown? I don't know if y'all brought this up, but the entrance, how they do the little video montage, and it comes, and then it shows the WWE logo, and it normally says "Then, Now, Forever."
Yeah,
it changed
to
Now
what?
it just says "Together."
Really?
Go back and check it.
Weird. I didn't notice
Very
that.
very weird. I don't know if that was because of the pandemic and the fans are back. I don't know if it was because
I don't know. I'll have to go back and
Cody's
look.
little go away speech, kind of.
Right.
I don't know, but I noticed it because I woke up late and watched the playback of it, and I noticed I was like, man, I've never noticed that before. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I've never noticed that either.
Right.
That's crazy.
Anyways,
So we got a New Japan pay-per-view coming up, right?
Resurgence.
We got Resurgence August 14th, and I am stoked about it. And you should be too, Brady, because John Moxley to be determined partner is going to be going against the Good Brothers for is it for the Impact? Is it for the Impact tag team titles, or is it just a tag team?
I don't think so.
I think it's just a tag team match.
Yeah. Here's hoping it's Nick Gage.
It's got to be.
I hope so.
Who else would it be?
I
But
don't
you
know.
wouldn't just automatically say who it is.
It could be Minoru Suzuki.
Okay.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It could be.
I don't.
I mean, it could be a lot of people off of New Japan.
Right. Very true. I think the timing's right for it to be Nick.
I really hope it.
Japan.
I hope it's not.
Okay.
Nick Gage is not a good wrestler, man. I love Nick Gage.
Right.
Deathmatch King, and I love watching his matches in GCW.
Right.
Like I love them. Did you like that Jericho match?
Not really.
I liked some of the things that happened in it, like the
Well,
Right.
especially after seeing him and Zack Ryder or
Domino's
whatever,
commercial
go the
Right.
weekend before that or whatever.
Right.
In a real.
in a real match.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's like Nick Gage. I don't think Nick Gage is.
Well, this is going to be a pay-per-view, so it's not going to be on like TNT. He'll be able to get away with more hardcore stuff. We'll put it that way.
Sure.
I don't think they're gonna do a death match though with
Not a
Good
death
brothers.
match, but
No, and New
hard-
New Japan doesn't do death matches anyways. They're not
Well,
going to do that.
But I'm saying they'll do hardcore stuff though.
Fucking very rarely.
Okay. Well, it's here in the States, so it's not going to be over there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
So
going to be a
might be
little
able
bit
to get away with
different.
a little bit more.
It's going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be there.
oh those vicious Americans.
Yeah. Heathens.
One of the matches that I'm really, really interested in is Alex Coughlin versus Carl Fredericks.
Okay.
And I like, if you ever get a chance, just go watch either one of them. Really, Alex Coughlin is also he's just stopped being a young lion, I believe, or he's still a young lion. Carl Fredericks was a young lion up until recently, and he just got his ring gear and stuff. But that dude is the future. And like, if you watch him, I don't know, man, it's weird. Like, I can't even really put who he reminds me of. It's like, I don't know, he's just really good. Really, really good. And you should definitely watch some of his stuff. And that match at Resurgence is going to be really good between him and Alex Coughlin. They've worked together a lot. So that's probably going to be a straight banger.
I love how we've talked about that before, how they, the whole young lion thing, how they bring people up. That's the right way.
Yeah. That's
The
a
only
developmental system.
The only thing that's even close to being better is the main premise of NXT being able to put them in TV time.
All right. So any other matches on Resurgence we're looking forward to?
Jay White and David Finlay for the never openweight championship. That one's gonna be really good.
Banger.
And then we've got Lance Archer versus Tanahashi.
Hell yeah, hometown hero.
Yeah, so hopefully that Texas boy brings it back. And
Absolutely.
And then an absolute fucking hoss fight. Tamahara Ishii versus Moose. I didn't even know this thing was gonna be on this card. And like, whenever we were doing the notes before this, I was like, what? Oh no. So that's probably the match I'm most excited for, just because, talk about somebody that's gotten really good. It's Moose. Moose has gotten really good in the ring. Great. He's gotten really fantastic. And I'm excited to see him against some New Japan guys, especially Ishii, because that dude's a fucking pit bull.
Yeah.
So I think that one's gonna be really good.
Banger.
Yep.
Right on.
I'm definitely excited for that match, and I'm excited for Lance and
Yeah, the Lance Archer match is gonna be good. That's
Yeah.
that's a strong fucking card. And then there's like two six man matches that are happening too. So that's just gonna be a really good. It's gonna be a really good card, really strong card. So I'm excited for that.
We'll all be at your house to check it out. So.
Well, maybe we'll drop a review right afterwards. Maybe we can do a roundtable review.
So we'll figure something out. We'll talk about it. So our final thoughts for the week.
I mean, wrestling's been great this week, other than Monday.
Yeah.
and other than last night.
Yeah, I mean, the cuts last night were stupid, but I'm enjoying wrestling as a whole for the most part. I mean, this week we fucking lost Bobby Eaton, who was an absolute legend in the business.
R.I.P.
Been in, I don't know, every promotion that was ever a promotion.
Yeah.
He wrestled from 1976 to 2015, and he was in like NWA and Mid South, WCW. He was in New Japan, all the Jim Crockett promotions. He was in Smoky Mountain. Like the dude was in an independent promotion until 2015. One of the best right hands in the business, and one of my personal like all-time favorite tag teams is him and William Regal, Steven Regal as the Blue Bloods in WCW, like 95, 96. Woo, boy, they were great. And it just sucks to see a legend like that go. But you know, we all time stops for no man. But so all our thoughts and stuff out to Bobby Eaton's family and friends and loved ones.
Yep.
We know it's going to be a hard time for them, but he left quite the legacy behind, and some huge, and some huge footprints for future wrestlers to strive to fill. So great man.
Yep. Robert, any things to say for the end?
Looking forward, I guess, to NXT this week to see what happens after all those cuts. Looking forward to, I guess, seeing Jericho's fourth trial of Jericho. But just looking forward to everything in general.
Yep.
So
right on. Well, you know me, I can't wait for next week's AEW. I sit here and watch Dark every week, and it all leads into whatever's going to happen on AEW this week with the fourth trial, and where are we going with Cody Rhodes and all that. So I can't wait for all that.
When are we getting their new show, Renegade?
Rampage starts next Friday.
Yep.
So a week from yesterday?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
gotcha.
So there will be 2 reviews coming out Friday night, Saturday morning now, I guess. We'll figure all that out. And you want to close this out tonight, Needles?
Yeah. So thanks everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. If y'all want to click like, and then maybe share it if you dig it. Definitely subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be banging out more content, probably a lot more content. So, but we're definitely gonna be here for weekly reviews and certain show reviews. So, appreciate y'all for joining us. Thanks.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming. Y'all stay easy.
Thanks. Peace.
Van Vader but black. Fuck around and put motherfuckers' heads in the bag like I was slack. Cause these stupid motherfuckers really don't get the message. This the best little wrestling podcast in Texas. Motherfuckers
Check them off like a wish list.
Yeah.
You fighting a titan.
Cause these stupid motherfuckers really don't get the message.
I got a bullet in the chamber just ready to strike them.
Yeah.
Check them off like a wish list. You fighting a titan.
This the best little wrestling podcast in Texas.